Welcome back to another Matty Ice Reviews. And tonight we will be doing an As Seen on TV review. And this will be for Scrub Daddy. Scrub Daddy is a unique As Seen on TV sponge. What's unique about this yellow kind of smiley face looking sponge right here, it's scented lemon, and also this sponge is soft in warm water, but it is hard in cold water, so it provides you a lot of versatility. And it also has the smiley face, which is dual purpose. It looks, I guess, nice or like an emoji, but you can use this to scrub like spoons or small things through the eyelets. And then the top is also textured. It's got little ridges on it. So we're going to see how well this works. It does claim that it's scratch free. It's not going to harm any type of stainless steel, ceramic enamel, glassware. It's dishwasher safe, and it's also safe on any type of cookware. So let's take this out of the package and take a look at it. So out of the package, here's our Scrub Daddy. Look at that nice little emoji face. It smells very lemony. I mean, it smells nice, and it's very kind of, I'm squeezing it, it feels hard and rough. You can't really, I mean, I'm pushing on this as hard as I can. It's not compressible, but I'm wondering how this is going to work in the warm water, how it's going to be soft, and then in cold water it gets hard. That'll be interesting, but we've got a couple things to test this on, so let's start scrubbing. Okay guys, so here we are at the sink, and I got Scrub Daddy right here. I just warmed up the water so we can see what happens. It's still rock hard. Let's see what happens to Scrub Daddy when it meets hot water. Okay, we're saturating Scrub Daddy in hot water right now. Oh, look, it's getting very soft and very pliable. How interesting. I mean, it's like a totally different sponge at this point. It is super. I mean, look at this. I could not do that before. Okay, let's turn it to cold water now. And let's start putting cold water on Scrub Daddy. Okay, it's full of water now, so it's much heavier, but look at that. It's hard as a rock again. I mean, it's a little bit more pliable than it was before, but you can't really like compress this like you did before. Okay, let's grab our first thing we're going to try and scrub. I figured it'd be interesting to see what would happen if we had this is just a glass that I put sriracha sauce in and let it dry in there. Now, I'm just going to quickly put some water in there, swirl it around so we have something in there. Then I'm going to put in a small drop of Dawn dish soap. There's not very much there. We're just going to put Scrub Daddy in here and see what happens. It's on the cold right now, so I'm wondering how it will do. Okay, so after scrubbing it briefly, it did take off a lot of it, and as you can see, a lot transferred to Scrub Daddy. So let's rinse some of that off. And let's start rinsing out the glass. That did pretty good for having almost like no soap and no water in it. Alright, I'll put a little bit more soap in here. We'll put a little water in here this time. And then let's start scrubbing. Alright guys, a little soap and water, and look, Scrub Daddy's got this thing looking brand new, and it's got a couple little, red stains on it from the sriracha, but it did amazing for having very little water and soap. It's very good at scouring, that's apparent just from using it there briefly. Okay, so what about something that's possibly been baked on, especially just something that's untreated like we got here? We've got some sauerkraut. It's been burned onto the stainless steel pan that is not coated. This is actually the bottom part to a double boiler. That's usually a big no-no, using these to cook things, because it sticks on there and it's very difficult to get off. So I tell you what, I think cold water and some scouring might do the trick here. So we're going to put in a little drop. Oop, that was a lot more than I intended. And then we'll put some cold water in here. Alright, that's cold. Okay, we've got some water in there. Let's put the Scrub Daddy to work in here and see if we can't get rid of this sauerkraut. Alright, we've gone around there a couple times. Dump that out. Let's rinse her out and see where we stand. Okay, that's impressive. That is really impressive. It took all of that off, and this is, like I said, this is not coated. This is not a non-stick pan. That's amazing. Change pace a little bit. Let's see how it does on like a fork. This one really isn't that dirty, but I kind of want to see what using these little parts are like. I'm just going to feed this through the little smiley face part and squeeze. Let's see. Ooh, I can hear the fork like scraping up against it. Okay, let's do the same. Let's put this through the little eyelet right here. Use that. I like that. That's kind of nice. I mean, usually you have to like wrap the sponge around, but that eyelet kind of gives you like a reference point to start pulling this thing through. Alright, let's get the top a little scrub. Let's use these little ridges up top that they give you. And go at these little fork tines right here. Worked very well. No complaints. Alright guys, let's step up the challenge a little bit. I think this test will be kind of the ultimate proof. Here I've got our crock pot. Crock. This is just used to make corned beef. So it's been sitting all day in there. A lot of fat and meat. It's been baking on. It's been touching the sides. If you've ever tried to clean one of these by hand, they're usually a pain in the butt because you have to scour them so much. I think Scrub Daddy might do a good job because we can do cold water and get a really good scour on the surface and not worry about damaging the finish. And then we can do warm water to kind of like polish it up. So let's get a good amount of soap in there because that corned beef was a little bit on the fatty side. Get some cold water. It's kind of weird using cold water to clean dishes. Something about that doesn't mesh up after all the years of learning I've had cleaning things. Alright, we're just going to go around the bottom a couple times. I can really feel this thing. You know, as you push it around, you can feel it just like dragging against the surface, which is kind of cool. Alright, let's dump her out. And let's fill her up with some hot water now. And then we'll do our polishing because it looks pretty darn clean right now. Alright, let's go around a couple times. Alright, squeeze Scrub Daddy out. Okay guys, wait till you see this. Look at this thing. It is spotless. That is immaculate. I can't believe it. Anytime I've had to clean this thing, I've had to wash it 3-4 times with a regular sponge. Even my old favorite, Better Sponge, it does a good job, but it's always the same consistency. There's no in-between with this, and I do really like this sponge. I think it's a good product, but man, Scrub Daddy's something else. The different levels of hardness with cold and hot water, that's a very versatile tool. Alright, that's going to do it for the testing. Alright guys, so you've seen Scrub Daddy in action, and I gotta say, I'm very impressed with this thing. After scrubbing some very smelly things, it still smells like lemons. That's kind of amazing. I don't know how long that'll last, long term, especially going through like the dishwasher. But we did sriracha sauce, sauerkraut, fork, also corned beef, which was cooking all day. So those are some strong scents. I'm very impressed with how that, and I like the ability to go from, you know, something that's hard to when you put, you know, warm water, you're able to squeeze it. Super versatile. I gotta say, this is probably the most impressive sponge I have ever used. And you can get it at Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, Target. They sell this everywhere. It is well worth the money. This is 10 out of 10, like I said, guys. I'm gonna say you should go and get yourself some. Alright, guys. That's gonna do it for this one. We'll catch you next time. Have a good night.